Avengers! Assemble! What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at the second Avengers movie, because for whatever reason, in my MCU timeline that I'm doing over the past couple of weeks, I have missed out quite a few movies, like Black Panther 1, Black Panther 2, I missed out on Ant-Man 2, Guardians 1, and Guardians 3, Captain Marvel 2, and that is because I have recently done videos on them when they came out, and a couple of months prior, or when I first started doing film reviews. I don't know why I didn't do them in order, I don't know why I missed out on so many, but, you know, we're going back around doing what I missed out on, and one of those films which I missed out on was Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, Avengers Age of Ultron is another one of those movies which I haven't seen all the way through until as of recent. I did not watch this one all the way through. I played through the Lego Marvel Avengers video game level set that this movie had before I watched the whole movie. So I kind of had it spoilt to me by Lego. But without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. Avengers Age of Ultron, 2015 action sci-fi 2 hours and 21 minute movie that has a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb and a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can watch it on Google Play, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime. Tony Stark builds an artificial intelligence system named Ultron with the help of Bruce Banner when the scientist Ultron makes plans to wipe out the human race. The Avengers set out to stop him. So how this movie starts is with these guys sort of celebrating, they're having a party, they're having a grand old time, they save New York, you know, yippee, let's go, and they still have Loki's scepter, and, you know, Iron Man and Bruce Banner are doing experiments on it, they're trying to see what it has the power of, see what it holds, and they make a AI with it, and that AI is Ultron, and Ultron starts to grow rapidly intelligent, rapidly fast, and takes over Iron Man's armory, and in doing so builds himself a new body, and then goes off to get a load of vibranium, recruiting the help of Wanda and Quicksilver to help him build another body. Again, these two are supposed to be Magneto's children, so where the fuck did they come into Ultron's, like, legion? I don't know. But he got them, and, you know, he starts to make friends with them, building a robot army with Iron Man's suits, and in doing that he raises Sokovia up to drop it back down onto Earth and kill everyone. And destroy the world. That's his plan. That's his plan. And the Avengers come through and they stop him. They fight. Quicksilver's used as a human shield to save Hawkeye. Hawkeye then has a quick chat with Scarlet Witch, and they turn sides to help the Avengers defeat Ultron. And you know what they do? They defeat Ultron by fucking destroying his brain, because they have vision, basically, you know. Hit him with the, but what about this? Aren't you technically the invasive species here? And giving him a load of Google fucking impossible questions for a robot or human to answer, logically. And, you know, that's how the movie really ends, with the Avengers saving the day again. And it further proves my point that Iron Man is a huge fucking villain. Iron Man is one of the worst characters in the MCU. I'm going to be honest, I like 3 out of the 6 characters of the Avengers movie, and out of the 2 new ones, I like 1, which is Quicksilver, and they kill him off straight away in this movie, which I don't fucking get, right? He's the fastest man alive. We know how fast he is, because in the comics, and also in the X-Men 20th Fox, you know, universe of X-Men, he's fucking incredibly quick. He can run so quick that he can outrun an explosion and save a mansion full of people before the explosion takes full effect. How the fuck did he not dodge bullets from robots? He didn't dodge bullets. That is such a shitty way to kill off a speedster. That is such a garbage way to kill off a fast guy with bullets and guns. That is such a really fucking cop-out way of killing a character. I did not like how they handled his death. I don't think, like, to be fair, his sort of full circle of, like, you didn't see that coming, that was good. That was well written. But making him die to bullets is bollocks. Not even with him slowing down. Like, not even with him, you know, finding a way to make him slow down or catching him by surprise. He dragged Hawkeye out the way and used himself as a human shield. But if you're that fucking fast, you can run quicker than the bullets. And some argue, oh, if you ran that fast, you would rip the skin off Hawkeye's body. Bollocks. It's a fictional world. Why are you trying to add logic to this? And you could use that for my argument as well. But my argument stands higher than yours, because he's fucking fast. That's his whole power, that's his whole shtick. Why does he die to bullets? The whole sort of Iron Man creating another villain is so overdone now in the MCU. Again, this was one of the first times that it really happened, so you can give it a little bit of a break, but in this movie, he made all three of the fucking bad guys, because the bomb that landed in their house, Quicksilver and Wanda's house, was a fucking Stark Tech bomb. He made 3 villains in one fucking movie. 3 of them. 3 villains. 1 movie. He is just a dickhead. He is the world's worst hero. Like, he's making villains. He's making them have a job, right? If Iron Man didn't exist, half the villains wouldn't fucking exist. It is bollocks. The amount of villains he fucking creates. The Hulkbuster scene is memed to death with the go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep bit. I don't like the Hulk. I don't like, you know, Iron Man. And this movie focused on both of them, because it focused on the struggle of Hulk, dealing with the balance of Hulk and Bruce Banner, and how he's too dangerous, and at the end of the film, he flew off into the sunset to never be seen again until Thor Ragnarok, which took place, like, what, 4 or 5 years later? So it's been 4 or 5 year hiatus of the Hulk, and, you know, I don't really give a shit about the Hulk, so I didn't really care about that. We had a weird, like, love relationship going on with Bruce Banner and Natasha Romanoff. I don't know what that's about. That love story came out of the fucking blue, came out of the dark, came out of fucking nowhere, not gonna lie. The action was actually pretty cool. Seeing them all fight together was actually pretty cool. That's like the best part about these movies, watching them fight together and watching the action and the CGI madness. It is very heavily CGI'd, I will admit. Most of Iron Man's armor nowadays is just CGI. And, you know, I'm not too mad at that it's a lot of CGI. I'm just not interested in the characters that they're CGIing, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Hawkeye's boring as fuck. I actually like Black Widow. I think Black Widow's quite cool. So I thought she was cool here. She got some more character development going on. She still hasn't got her own movie at this point, but, you know, she's here with characters, trying to have a love story, which is like a will they, won't they with Steve Rogers. But they kind of shelved that and moved it towards Bruce Banner for whatever reason. Natasha's going around the Avengers, not gonna lie. She's making her rounds. People expected her to get with Hawkeye, people expected her to get with Steve, and people expected her to get with the Hulk, you know? There is a lot of people that are shipping her with a lot of other of the Avengers. I mean, it's kind of what she gets for being the only girl in the Avengers. You kind of get shipped with everybody, and the writers kind of put you as a love interest for most characters, and I think that's pretty boring and lazy for her to be written that way. The ending as well, when Ultron gets beaten by a fucking question, or like a statement or a quote, I don't fucking know what it is, Vision just talking to him. You know, he fucking Naruto no jutsu'd out of that shit. He Naruto fucking Taku no jutsu out of that shit. He just fucking spoke to him, and it kind of felt very lackluster and very boring. Like, the Avengers were gonna lose. Ultron was a big villain, and I feel like he could have done a lot more than just one movie. I feel like Ultron could have been a proper bad guy, like Thanos level threat. And he was in a What If episode. He was in a What If episode. And I would have liked to see more from that world, because Hawkeye and Black Widow were the two to survive that shit. So that's exciting. That's interesting. I liked that. The alternate version of this movie was good. The actual version of this movie was fucking hella mid. This was like the second Avengers film, and it had all the same characters from the original. Again, none of the characters which I really liked. And it was when it was more of still quite tame, quite calm, quite little, small-scale stuff, before we got to the, like, big bad fucking Infinity War stuff. So they had room to raise the bar from here, which I feel like was what they were trying to do. And, you know, I feel like having movies like this won't happen again. Because the movies like this feel more like solo movies now. They have continuously raised the stakes that there's no way they can go higher. There is no room to go higher, so it's just constant downhill. They have reached their peak, and now it's a downhill slide. When it was sort of mid or early on, and it was getting better and better and building and raising the stakes, raising the bar, like this movie did, it raised it from the first Avengers movie. I don't think the villain was better than the first one, but everyone, like, you know, they still had their arguments, but they were all chill with each other. They were all more sort of familiar with each other. So it was more of them fighting together as a unit and sort of learning how to do more things together. This movie did get a lot of memes. I will admit there is quite a few memes from this one, and that's all really it's good for. I kind of got bored of this one and played on my phone a little bit when they were doing all the talkie talks, and I watched during the action. And I know that sounds really childish, but none of it was really that exciting, none of it was really that interesting, none of the talkie talks were really anything too special. It was just the characters arguing between each other, calling each other names and bickering, or sort of introducing, like, new characters, which, again, wasn't that interesting, but it did set up, Captain America to lift Mjolnir. So it set that up, which got paid off, so we're still seeing payoffs in the MCU, which is exciting, but, you know, the setup here was pretty cool, I guess. The jokes were shit. 5 out of 10.